Hey guys, welcome back to FetchQuest, where we've had a exciting adventure last week. So, Chris, why don't you catch us up on what happened?
Nope. Nope.
To shop for a little bit, and that's where we left off. Uh, all right, is there anything else anybody wants to do inside of Eric's shop? No?
Let's see. I guess I could try and look around for some what might be health potions as well.
Yeah, sure. Make an investigation check at disadvantage.
That sounds about on brand.
You're gonna check for health potions from this guy. Do you trust
Yeah, why not?
them? Oh god. This is how he dies. Not any fault of mine. He just drinks a random fucking potion.
You could have
From-
stopped him. So
Hey, no.
you find 3 potions of a thick, gloppy red, like a crimson red. They are all but one of them are unmarked, and the one of them that does have a label looks like what something was written on there, scratched off. Something was written over that, scratched off, and then just a big X through the label.
This looks about right. Well, so seems like there's probably a lot for y'all to think on and stuff. How's about I show you guys to the nearest inn?
That would be very helpful, actually. I assume we're all needing of a long rest now. We haven't exactly slept in a while.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like y'all have been through kind of a lot. So well, right this way. Just a little bit down the way. And I'm gonna try and I'm just gonna lead them to I guess whatever inn I know of, which would probably be good.
Sure. So you have 2 choices of inns that would be kind of appropriate for this group. The Broken Buckler or the China tea set. The broken butler is more for the it has a less than legal presence hovering around it, but the China tea set is ironically named, we'll say.
Oh wow. That's quite a bit of choices. Jovin's gonna look between the two, scratch his chin a bit. Then he's just gonna pull out a silver and flip it in the air, calling it out. Heads heading over to the buckler, tails into the China tea set. Broken butler.
So the group starts to head over to the broken buckler, and as you guys head more deeper to the east side of the lower city of Kel, guard postings are growing scarce. The people are starting to get more of a hungry look. Eyes definitely linger on you guys for more than a few seconds as you guys walk through, but eventually people move on, either scared off by your arms or the rotting hand on one of you guys' shoulder. They decide you guys aren't a group to mess with. You guys do hear the sound of a piano being played. And you go over to a surprisingly well-made and decorated building that has a broken shield hanging from the signpost with the words "Broken Buckler" burned into it.
Here we are. Good old broken buckler.
This isn't actually... well, this isn't... We aren't going to get in any trouble being around here, are we?
Probably not. I mean, anything can happen, but probably not. But I'll keep an eye out on for y'all. Make sure that nothing, or at least try to make sure nothing goes awry. Y'all seem like you've had a bit of a rough time traveling.
For the most part.
Besides, the only other place is the well, less said the better, I would say.
All right then. I may need to have a discussion with you once we're inside anyways.
All right.
So you guys push through the saloon-style doors and walk into a nearly empty tavern. Really, the only two people that are in here is the elf behind the counter, rubbing the same gleaming strip of mahogany, and the human playing the piano in the corner. Neither of them seem to notice you as you walk in.
Well, best to pull up a seat.
Just follow his lead for now.
Sure, plenty of tables open.
I am gonna sit where Joven usually would, up at the bar.
Sure. So you sit at the bar, and as you sit down, the elf glides over to you. Hey, Oven,
Hey there.
what do you want?
Usual drink plus bit of lodging. These folks, they've been down on a bit of a rough time lately.
You covering them or them paying for themselves?
We'll pay for ourselves.
Cool. You staying the night too, Joven?
Yeah, I could use a place to crash.
All right. 10 gold. I'll use for the room. How many nights?
Just the one tonight.
10 gold it is. Joven, your usual? What does everyone else want?
Well, what do I make of this guy's barring ability?
Well, he does seem to have a well-stocked bar behind him, although he is rather gruff and doesn't really seem to match the gleaming, spotless bar itself. It seems like he does take care of this area. You don't know where the hell everyone else is, but he does. As I said, he's got a fully stocked bar, like bottles behind him.
Would you happen to know there's a maker far out, a little bit more to the east, goes by the name of Golds. It's not exactly a common brand, but if it comes out to this way.
Yeah, we got golds. What kind do you want?
Would you happen to have last year's make?
You want last year's? All right. What does everyone else want? While you guys are trying to decide, he pulls out a dark purple bottle and pours a little bit of a blue liquid that Joven, you recognize as a blueberry wine. Slides the wooden cup over to you, and for you, Zon, he pulls out the silver gold bottle of golds, pours out a good amount inside of another wooden cup, slides it across to you.
What other ales do you have available?
Name it, we got it. We've got a connection with a few suppliers. Looks like you're having a bit of trouble deciding. You want something hard or something easy?
Something easy.
Gotcha. Human it is. And he reaches down and pulls out the same purple bottle that Joven just got a drink poured out of, pours you a glass, slides it over to you.
Thank you.
You're gonna love this.
I look forward to it.
3 hands, what do you want?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm just gonna sit at the bar and just put my head down.
Yeah, I require payment up front for the rooms.
I'll hand him 12 gold.
As soon as the coins hit the counter, they just disappear.
I'll also put 12 gold down.
Coins disappear as soon as they hit the counter.
I'll also pay the 10 gold, I believe it was. 10 or
Coins
12.
disappear
Mhm.
as soon as. Are you throwing down 10 or 12?
You know what? I'll throw down 12.
Coins disappear as soon as I hit the counter.
It was 10 gold for each of us?
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Are you
I
a little light on funds?
I only have 9 gold left. I told you that at the...
Don't worry about it.
Oh, God.
10 gold.
Part of me hates that, the way you said that.
Very generous. He takes the 10 gold, plops 4 wooden keys onto the table.
Wooden?
Rooms are upstairs. Give the bar a knock if you need me. And he glides back over to that same strip of mahogany and starts wiping it down again.
Told you this place is great.
Is it always this empty?
I like it.
Generally, every time you've been here, Joven, there's been no more than 1 or 2 other people.
Usually it's about 1 or 2, at least from when I've been in.
Your friend has good taste. Even though you are drinking... I won't bring it up any further, never mind. That's rude.
How rude.
So, where you guys traveling from?
A bit further west. It hasn't been that long.
A bit further west, near the Moroth, right?
That's to the east.
I ain't good with directions.
Well, you flip it around and you're good.
I take it from that little thing that happened at the shop. You ain't been having too good of a time traveling around our part of the world.
Oh, if that isn't the understatement of the year. I don't understand what it is with this country and bodies getting up and walking off without a proper burial.
I mean, it makes it sound like this ain't the first time this has happened.
You are correct. It's
Yeah.
not.
Would you all piss off enough for that kind of bad luck to happen? Takes a drink of their blueberry wine.
Yep.
Anyways.
Yeah. Jokes aside, y'all look like y'all probably need a hand. I mean, you already got one, but I mean one that can actually, swing a axe.
Very rude gesture.
Aw.
If you're willing to come along, I've no qualms. I do wonder what your goals perhaps are. Just in it for the fun of it.
Honestly, part of it is being a bit of a professional wanderer of sorts, but another part of it is if y'all heading in the direction I think you're headed to Moroth, right?
Yeah.
There is something I'd like to look into in that part of the world.
Do tell.
Well, my family used to be a bit of a bigger deal around here than as of late. We used to run the logging part of this here town. But, come around a few years ago, my parents went over to Moroth to try and conduct some business, and they ain't never come back. I ain't good with crunching numbers and running the business side of things. I can fell a tree better than any man around here, but that ain't pay the bills. Keep everyone else fed. I at least want to know what happened to him.
Well, what, pray tell, is your family name? Maybe I have heard of them, or one of us has heard of them, as we are
They're
fairly well connected.
they are the Dogwoods.
Have I heard of that name before?
A investigation check.
Sure.
Shit.
All right, sure.
Kicking it off.
Nice.
Anyone else making an investigation check?
Sure.
Sure.
Might as well. Not intimidation. Why do you keep clicking intimidation?
I intimidate the answer.
Tell me
Intimidate
the
DM.
answer.
I can't John Wick the question, you guys.
Who says?
Just not trying hard enough.
Investigation.
Well, damn. All right. So,
Ah, shit.
Zon and Domikos, you both have heard around the same channels that a family did try to start a logging company in Moroth, or at least try to expand a logging company. They were sent to the border towns up north, beyond the river, because they were promised more trees, more land, a better area to expand. But unwanted rivalries, when not assassinated, are usually sent out to the border towns to kind of disappear. The border towns really are more of a rougher stock of people. They have to deal with the frigid cold that most other people don't. And while not having been there personally, any of you've heard stories of boogeymen crossing the streets and snatching children in the border towns. In fact, the boogeyman that you've heard of is an old Moroth legend known as the Crow. So,
Oh man, it's gonna be a
Oh,
bad fucking movie.
listen,
What was
the Crow
the-
is decent.
No, it wasn't. What was the family name again?
Dogwood.
Dogwood.
And I didn't. I honestly forgot about the Crow until I wrote out this entire thing, and I was like, "No, I'm not going to change this."
Well, pray chance, I have actually heard of that name before.
I have as well, actually.
Well, then we might
Y'all
be on the
did?
same page. Yes. They're not dead as far as I know, but they were sent to a place that, or told to go to a place that isn't exactly where you send good, healthy people.
What do you mean?
It's a
Well,
place where, lack of a better term, people are sent and they're not really needed or wanted around, and I hate to say it, but survivability, while probable, is fairly low. Because Moroth sucks.
as nicely as I would like to put it, it was most likely not the wisest of choices to expand towards Mora.
Truth be told, I did try to say so, but they did believe that it would work out, and well, they didn't have to, but they raised me as a son of their own, so ain't my place to tell them otherwise.
Well, like I said, you have no reason to believe that they are dead and buried at this point. If you're willing to come along and help us, I don't see what the harm would be.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. You're a good man, son. You too, Domicos.
I try my best. However, before we sack up for the night and leave tomorrow, I do wish to have a conversation with you, being a man of this area, in private, if you could.
Yeah, just give me a sec. And Yovin's just gonna down the rest of his blueberry wine.
The elf does glide over with the bottle and pour another refills 50 silver.
I hand him 50 silver on the counter.
It disappears, and the bottle, as the coins disappear, the bottle also seems to disappear, and he glides back to his spot.
All right, I'm ready with my full glass of wine.
Right. Don't need to go anywhere crazy, like off into a distant corner or something, just like at a couple tables away.
Sure, so you two get up from the bar and
Mhm.
head over to a table.
Yes. Would you happen to know of any churches or covenants of healing arts that aren't exactly, how do I put this, discreet in their dealings?
I beg your pardon?
Just point me in the right direction of someone or a group or people who are willing to provide healing and medical services, but aren't willing to do it out in the open.
So you're looking for like a secret doctor or something?
That would be a very simple way of putting it, I guess.
I guess should I roll a history check to? Because off the top of my head, I don't think Yovin knows many.
Yeah, make a go ahead and make a history check. You think for some time, really the only healer that sounds like he would do something like that and would make house calls and visits would be Eric.
I mean,
And he just went off to a cave to snort whatever the hell devil's blood is.
I mean, the only son of a gun I know who's fits what you're looking for, you ain't wanting nothing to do with because you sent him off to get high off of his ass. And we're kind of,
Then perhaps you would know someone who would know. Anyone in this city that you know that passes on information, whether it's of irrefute or not.
Maybe.
We're gonna keep that history check is too low. You're rolling more into logging and the occasional mercenary work rather
Yep.
than a healer.
Yeah. I can roll another one for like any shady, like kind of people to take work from, I guess would be the closest Joven would think of. Like I'm mostly just I do part-time work wherever I can find it, but I ain't know much about what it is you're asking. I mean, I know I look like this, but that doesn't mean I hang out with every other seedy underbelly dweller.
No problem. Do keep this between us.
Sure.
All right, and
Gonna get up and leave.
cool. So, are you leaving back towards the bar, or heading towards the door?
The door.
Cool. You're heading towards the door. Damikos, Kara, are you guys doing anything at the bar?
When I see him get up to leave, I'm like, where are you going?
I just need to go buy some things before tomorrow. I would like to leave first thing in the morning.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Insight check. Oh, shit. I don't believe him.
Well, we'll see if you believe him or not.
Ah, shit. I, the player, don't believe him.
Seems
like,
fine to
oh.
you. He's a rich man who throws money around. Why wouldn't he want to go buy something?
You know what? That's fair. For as long as I've known him, that's all he's done.
I just cracked under 900 gold. Pockets are so light.
Most of these people haven't seen 20 gold in their lifetime.
Oh, I have a question before you go, though. Because I don't know when the hell you're going to get back.
So I'm like opening up the door and closing it.
God damn it.
You're actually about halfway to the door.
All right.
You haven't made it
Sure.
quite to the door yet.
Who's James?
James? Did I mention a James?
No, but Eric did.
When we get the Moroth, you can meet him.
All right. It's just funny seeing him uncomfortable.
As I say, if you get that far under my breath.
Wow! Wow.
Oh man! All right.
God damn.
Damikos, you doing anything?
Yeah. Yeah. Kara.
Shit, sorry, it didn't click on mute. Yeah.
That dagger. That.
The weird one.
Yes.
Okay, what about it?
It's... I don't really feel like magic user such as myself should be carrying it around. It seems to be able to block or steal magic.
Creepy.
Which could hinder a spellcaster such as myself.
Okay.
Now-
Majority of the people we travel with cast spells.
Yes. Now, because you found it, I wanted to put an idea your way. I don't know if it would or not, but it seems if it's able to block magic, it would be able to block any sort of tracking spells. And being that you are the one with a, let's say, bounty.
Where is Joven during this, by the way? Because we haven't told him that yet.
I'm drinking my wine.
Yeah, he's sitting
In
he's
the
still
corner?
sitting not in the
Yeah, the
corner, just a few
table.
tables away.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he probably can't hear us.
It could be a good idea for you to carry it, although make sure it's just merely on your person, like you're not holding it. Or Jethra could utilize it if she's worried about those people finding her.
If we're going to give it to someone else, I'd rather it go to Jethra. We got to get her into Moroth somehow. And if she gets found before that, I don't know what's going to happen. They seemed like very nice people, but looking at her and all of those scars, it makes me uncomfortable. I don't want them to find her. Also, as much as I don't want to see the host again, I kind of want to give him a piece of my mind. And the box might be teaching me about the Arkmere, so I don't want to block whatever that is because it might be useful.
That is something to note as well, is ever since I've been holding the knife or carrying the knife on my person, I have not seen the host, nor have I had any of those nightmares that plagued some of your sleep.
That's creepy. Still. Oh, shit. No, I'd rather give it to Jethra. Joven's probably going to end up with a tattoo whether we try to stop it or not. So.
Well, I mean, everyone who seems to travel with us gets a tattoo of some sort at some point, it seems. It is just something I wanted to bring up to you, since you had originally found the dagger and then passed it along to me. I had spent some time trying to figure it out a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. Where is Jethra?
You look around. Jethra isn't there. And Zon, right as you get to the doors swing open, and a large woman with gray skin,
God damn it.
wearing heavy armor, walks through the door. Oh, sorry. Did not see you there. Oh, you. I remember you. And she starts walking over. And Kara, you recognize this voice. You hear the heavy steps from behind you, and creaking of the stool as she sits next to you. It has been some time. Where is your friend? The one with the horns. I forget his name.
It's her, isn't it?
You look up. It's the same Goliath that you met in that camp.
Oh. Fancy meeting you here. I didn't think that y'all would be heading back this way. Garen, unfortunately, is no longer with us.
Oh, that is a shame. You won't happen to have seen the fugitive I told you about, would you?
Unfortunately, we've been in the woods for quite a bit. Haven't quite encountered that many people. There wasn't the... Where the fuck is Zon? I'm looking.
Zon is... He's right by the door right now.
What was the name of the elf that we ran into?
The one that we met yesterday? Or that you met yesterday?
The one on the road.
She turns and looks at Zon. Maybe you would remember. She is darker skinned, has silver, maybe white hair, scars on her face.
No, I haven't met a silver-haired woman elf. We met a man elf a few days ago.
What was his name?
Can I make an insight check on Zon and Kara?
Yes, you can.
Boy!
I need both of you guys to make deception checks.
Right.
I'm trying to just gauge, like, what's up with this weird shifty act.
Oh, God!
Especially since Yovin doesn't No, they...
No,
I feel like Yeoman's gonna blow this, and I'm so ready for it.
God.
Damn it. All right, Yeoman, you kind of pick up that they don't want this person to know about Jethra.
Is his name Gerald?
I'm gonna just... I'm just like... I just put one arm on the neck rest of the booth I'm sitting in. Just drink my wine.
It's weird because a little birdie happened to mention that they saw people described much like you and him and Garen, but also with a companion. She seemed to match the description of our fugitive, but I must have been mistaken. Duh.
She's not here, is she?
That she is not.
Well, then must have been mistaken then.
She looks at you for a while. Yes. I guess I must have. But just in case you do see her, she's going to reach into a side pocket of her belt and pull out what looks like a rock with a face on it. You go, just speak into this rock and tell us where you are. We will come and take care of this situation. And for your trouble, she drops 2 iron coins with dragons on the back of them onto the bar. So, just let me know. Da?
Just give a nod.
She looks at each of you for a second and then leaves the bar.
Okay, I need to buy some things now. Goodbye.
I'm going to grab him before he goes. We have to look for her.
What the hell do you think I'm about to do?
Yeah. God, we need to fucking sleep is what we need to do.
I
but-
know. You don't believe that my very grumpy demeanor right now isn't entirely because I am overtired and would like to finish what I need to do and go to bed.
Really?
Can I walk up to the two of them? And just like hold up a hand and then just point to the thing and like motion like to give me the rock for a sec.
Go ahead.
Russ, do you think putting the dagger next to that thing will stop it for now?
What do you mean?
I think we should put it in a bag of holding.
That too. I keep forgetting that we have that.
I'm going to pick it up and put it in the bag of holding.
Sure.
God fucking damn it, Morgan.
That,
God damn it, I thought you were gonna start a fight in the bar. 3 of us have 19 health. And no spell slots.
That ain't.
So-
I was just gonna cover it with a glass. That works because that works too. That lady seems like bad news. Hey, she's looking for that sweet little girl that's been following y'all around. I wouldn't mind helping out trying to find this person and keep him safe.
All right. I need to go to start this and finish what I was doing. And then I will be going to bed because there is not a lot I can do the rest of this day. I'm gonna take my leave to start doing that.
Sure. So Zahn leaves. Anyone leave with Zahn?
I am.
Yovan is leaving with Zahn.
Okay. Ah, shit. I'm going to hang back for a second because I don't want to go out looking like myself, but also there's not that many people in this bar.
Yeah, there isn't. Wonder why. Domikos. So as far as I'm aware, you're
I'll hang
still
back.
sitting at the bar, right?
Yes.
The car, did you take the 2 iron coins?
I picked them up to look at them, yeah.
Cool. So they are on the back is a dragon. On the front is a figure who has the features of a Goliath, but the pointed ears of an elf, and has a crown on his head.
Okay, that's weird. But this is also a country that no one has found before, so can't be that weird.
So add 2 draughts, DRAUGHTS, into your inventory,
Okay.
and put Vintera by it so that it's not confused with like drink draughts.
I have some inventory.
All right.
Finish
So
my- I was just gonna say I finished my wine, and after Zahn and Joven leave, that's when Yamakos would leave to start his search.
all right, so he's leaving to search. Kari, you're the only person in the bar besides the other two.
Oh boy. I'm gonna use my last. Is this my last? I don't know. Did I already? I already used all my third level slots. Never mind. Fuck it, just going.
You're just leaving too?
Yep.
Cool.
Can't alter yourself.
So we're going to start with the first two people that went out to start their search. Zahn and Joven. Where are you guys headed?
I am following my steps back to Eric to where the last time I saw her was.
Sure. So, you and Joven is following, I assume, correct?
Yep.
Cool. So you guys do and go to Eric's. The door is open because you guys did not shut it when he left. Did not lock up. I assume out of frustration of who Eric is.
Nope. I don't think it would have mattered anyways.
The lock doesn't work. So you guys are standing in front of the storefront.
I mean, I would be like searching along the way, any hiding spots, seeing if, and once we get there, seeing if she's still like hiding inside of Eric's or something.
Make an investigation check.
Sure.
So on the way, you don't really see anything. Except when you get closer to Eric's. You can see in the dirt you guys' footprints clearly, and then smaller footprints kind of after a while stop. They're no longer with you guys.
Interesting.
And you can assume these footprints are Jethra's.
Yeah. Is there anything around these footprints? Trees she might have jumped into? Things she may have jumped on?
Make a quick perception check.
Sure.
So there are some alleyways near you. And as you're looking around, you do notice in one alleyway, a barrel is on its side.
Okay, just sort of walk over, investigate that area. If she's inside the barrel, or if she has climbed up higher up something and knocked it over on her way over.
Sure, make an investigation check.
Sure.
I'd probably be trying to get a read on the tracks as well. Try to see there might be like they pick up a little later or something.
Make a survival check. So, make your survival check. Excellent. So, I'm going to start with Joven. Joven, you see the footprints, and you recognize Jethra's footprints, and she's walking along you guys. They stop and then dart off towards the alleyway that Zahn is investigating. And like you go past the barrel, and you notice that there's a large mark in the ground, and then heavy footprints leading away from that large mark. Now, Zahn, what you notice is a strange metal disc left behind with sort of juts out at random intervals, and it has the word Jethra carved onto it. It's about this big.
Does it look like it would fit around an ankle or a wrist, like a bracelet?
No, it looks like it's a very small hole in the middle of it.
All right. Do I recognize this as anything I've ever seen, or is it just, or what its use might be?
Make an investigation check.
Sure.
Yeah, you're not quite sure what this could be.
I'll hold it up for to Chauvin.
What is that?
If I knew, I would tell you.
So there's some big marks over here and some pretty heavy footprints. I got a bad feeling I know whose they are.
Really?
I
And
mean,
who would that be?
well, and a lot of people I know that are that big, except one that came walking in just a while ago.
It would be sort of strange for her to ambush us like that if she didn't have what she wanted already, though.
That is true.
Can you continue following this footprint and see if we can find anything?
I'll do my best.
So, with that 22 survival, you do follow the footprints, and they do lead down a long alleyway and then lead up to the back door of a more ramshackle looking building. And I want you to make an investigation check. This is the back door to the China tea set.
Remember that other place I was telling you about? This is
Yes.
it. China tea set. I hate this place.
All right. Does that mean if we go into this place, it will be very, very bad news for us, or is it?
Well, the name's a lot of a misnomer. It ain't. It's complicated, is what it is. But
Jovan, you're also not on the best of terms with
yeah,
anyone who works at this establishment.
they also don't like me, like at all.
All right then. Do you know who runs this establishment then, or who works out of it?
Do I know particular names, or just general?
So you know some of the people who work there. Turnover rate is quite high, but you don't know the main proprietor. Like, she's spoken about, but her name is never mentioned. She's got a mean, like, she's mean, and whereas the Broken Buckler is kind of more of a refined criminal element, smuggling, extortion, minor extortion, mainly bribery. The China tea set is more extreme and brutal with their methods.
Ain't nobody likes talking about the person who owns the China tea set. bad things tend to happen to people who try to bring her up. It ain't a good place. You know what? Thinking about it, this might be one of those things you were talking about. But that ain't bode well if Jethra's in there.
And I don't believe the two of us by ourselves would be very much use charging into a place like that.
No, I don't think we would.
Especially as I am exhausted.
I kind of like my head being where it's at.
That is also a good idea.
I think like you said, she wouldn't come in to threaten us if she knew where Jethra was. And I also don't think I'd hope she wouldn't have been able to find her in the time it took us to retrace her steps.
What time of day is it right now?
It's getting up there. It's about 6 o'clock in the evening. So it's not late, but it's getting there.
We know where Tall and Gruesome is staying. We also know that she knows who to ask for some of the really shady stuff done, which really doesn't bode well if she's that familiar with the local scene.
Who else would be familiar with the local scene? Do you know?
I mostly stick around near the Broken Buckler side of things. All they want is some muscle from time to time and maybe some packages delivered.
Would anyone there be aware of what goes on here then?
They might. Getting them to talk might be a bit tricky, but I'm pretty sure
everyone has their price.
All right. You better keep a hold of that thing, though, in case it's something important.
It's not going anywhere. I'm gonna start heading back.
Double muted myself. Cool. So you start heading back. Now we're gonna hop over to Damikos since he left before Kara. Damikos, which direction do you head in?
Kind of like where Zahn and Jovan went, like backtracking to, in the direction of where we had last seen Jethra.
Right.
But I'm also, just keeping my eyes open, maybe even asking people, like, if they know of any places where it'd be good to, where one would go if they wanted to, lay low for a while.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, hello.
So, good thing we don't count ones unless it's an attack roll. So, you ask around. People kind of give you a look, and they look over to the guards posted around, look back to you, and kind of go like, I don't know, man.
This dude's a cop.
No, this dude's a tiefling.
Knack.
Hello, fellow criminals.
You're wearing a shirt that says police.
I'd like to commit one crime today, please.
Oh man! All right. So, what else are you doing, Domikos?
Other than that, I mean, just keeping an eye out.
Cool. Make a perception check. Well, make an investigation check. So, while you're walking around, you do end up in further up north than the Broken Buckler, and you overhear two guys talking. Hey, I hear they got a new shipment at the tea set. Yeah. They didn't have anything last time. No, they got some good stuff this time. Apparently they got I don't know, but apparently there's been some people walking around. I don't know. I listen, man. The bidding's going to be intense tonight. I hear we got some northern delegates down here. Bobo's tracking them down, apparently. Shit. Bobo? I haven't seen that fucker in a long time. And then they just go off and start talking about Bobo, who apparently has 3 different wives in different parts of the city and an assortment of children, both illegitimate and legitimate. He's just kind of an asshole all around.
Okay. I make a mental note of what they said about the bidding and where it'll be. I start to make my way back.
Cool. Make your way back. Kara, you left with your hand. What are you doing? Which was out,
Shit.
by the way, in case you
No,
forgot.
I sat him on my shoulder. I know
Yeah.
where he is.
Oh, yeah. And she saw that.
Oh, shit.
Just your
Okay,
chance to say, talk to the hand.
She scares me. You know that bird that we shot down early on?
Yeah.
Would I remember it enough to be able to polymorph into that?
Yeah, you did see it once before when you met Jethra, but it flew off soon after that. So, yeah.
Oh, motherfucking bird. I hate this bird. God damn it. Oh shit, I don't know what I'm gonna put him in my backpack.
Okay.
I'm gonna put the hand in my backpack, polymorph into whatever that bird was,
Sure.
and try and make a pass around and see if I see anything.
So, I want you to throw in a history check for me, please.
Okay. As the bird?
No, it is as you.
Kara. Okay,
This is before you polymorph.
cool.
Oh, you remember this bird wasn't really, it didn't seem like a normal bird. Something was off about it. And as you transform into it, from what you can remember, you can feel something churning in your stomach. And every time you flap your wings, you can hear tiny little clicks of almost, you can also hear the soft sounds of metal rubbing against metal.
Oh god, I hope I don't have a gem on me somewhere. Kara's making a mental note of that as she takes a pass around.
So you're flying around the city?
Yeah. I'm gonna try and look for Jethro or like any other of the members of the Noctiega that I remember.
Sure.
'cause I
Make
think it's just
a
2 of them.
perception check.
My perception. There it is. Nope.
Yeah, you're flying around, but you
Sucks.
don't quite see anything. Or at least not out of the ordinary.
Mm. Is there anywhere I can land where I can look at myself before I just get out?
Sure, there's a reflecting pool, more towards the middle of the town. It's once again, Kel, with their fucking weird memorials. It's a memorial.
Of who?
Kellians. So you land on the stone borders of the memorial pool and look down, and you can see that your body is made out of metal. Right where your stomach would normally be, you see silver discs with kind of like jagged edges that seem to grind up against each other. Everything about you is made of metal.
It's freaking me out enough that I'll just pop out at the reflecting pool. Out
Sure.
of bird
So
form.
you are scared the shit out of all the people that are there, like looking into the reflecting pool, but you're
Boo.
sitting on the edge of the stone border.
Shit. I'm gonna take. Nope. I'm gonna wait until I get away from the reflecting pool. Take the hand back out of my backpack
Cool.
and head back to the tavern, I guess.
So you all meet up back at the tavern at about the same time. It's about 8:30 at night.
Well, I know where our friend is.
Oh,
Okay. Why don't you have her?
Because we're both exhausted, and it's not exactly a place where we can just walk into and ask nicely for her back.
It's at a place called the China Tea Set, we think.
The other tavern place?
It's a very rougher, very much
Let's
seedy place.
step inside before we have this conversation.
You know what?
Oh.
Good idea. There might be someone listening.
I'm gonna tug on Damakos' sleeve. Hey, you remember that weird bird thing? Like right outside of Garyand?
yes.
It kind of reminded me of the frog that we encountered. It was made of metal.
Interesting.
So that's fun. I don't know what to do with that information except share it, so.
Good to know. Don't trust
Oh, wait.
birds, don't trust frogs. Got it.
Don't trust anyone, I guess, anymore.
All we found looking was some weird looking piece of metal and some footprints leading to the back door of the China Tea Set.
Weird looking piece of metal.
Are we inside now?
Right,
Double
just in case,
muted.
Yeah, I didn't hear a single word you just said.
fuck. Do you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, you guys are inside.
Okay. I will pull out this weird star gear type.
Kara, you recognize it as being almost exactly similar to the stuff that was replacing your stomach as the bird not too long ago.
Shit. So whatever it is, it's from Probably Ventera.
I mean, it has Jethro written on it.
That's also the same shape that was just part of my weird metal bird body a moment ago.
You're
but-
what now?
Yeah,
All right.
I'm sorry, you're metal? I'm just gonna
You know
look
what,
I
Joven?
walk around Kara. It's just like
Metal? What metal?
you get stranger and stranger the more I find out about you.
Oh, just you wait.
Well, if Jethro is indeed at the China Teapot, it was called, I
He said they
overheard.
will cut off your finger if they hear you call it the China Teapot.
Well, I overheard two people talking. Apparently, there's some sort of
Andrea and
auction that's going
beyond.
to be happening
When?
tonight.
Like in a couple of hours tonight, or like
Tonight. They said something about there's some northern people who are going to be there.
damn it.
well, I see it. We have two options. We go in and, even as exhausted as we are now, try to get her back before any of that happens. Or we wait until the morning, most likely find them with the friends that we've met, and attempt to figure something out from there. Because as we are right now, we look like shit.
That's the one concern I have, is if Jethro is part of this auction, that if we wait until tomorrow, they could leave before we're even there.
You're not wrong.
And of course, one member of the group also looking for her has seen us, and so if we show up at the auction, and if we're recognized and they're there, that has its own set of problems.
Exactly my point of both of these situations, and answers are not ideal. I don't think we have much of a choice. We either attempt to go now before many people are there and do something, or we just hope that they don't leave before we wake up in the morning.
Jeez. I ain't in a shape to take on that type of organization. And I'm pretty sure even if I go into my kind of fighting blood frenzy trance, I would probably still lose to that lady if in my current state.
Is the bartender here?
Bartender is there, but he's politely pretending not to listen to your conversation.
See, I told you this place is great.
I'm gonna knock on the counter.
He glides over. Yes.
What was your name again?
Names don't matter in here. What's up?
I like this guy.
That's fine with me. Would you happen to know anything about the teacup and what's going on tonight?
Make a persuasion check.
Yeah, that's what I expected.
Excuse me. Teacup, teak sets, whatever the fuck they call themselves. They're involved in all kinds of business.
So I've heard.
It'd be rude for me to keep tabs on them. Besides, we don't want to attract their kind of clientele.
Neither would I. However, they have stumbled into our business.
All right. How much you willing to pay?
Name your price.
No, I need to know what kind of budget you have, so I need to know what kind of help I can get you.
500 gold pieces.
Oh. Give me 30 minutes. And he walks through a door in the back.
You know, out of character, I'm surprised you didn't try to ante up with the platinum pieces.
500's a bigger number than 50. And technically in this world, it's 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's gone for 30 minutes. Anything you guys want to do in the meantime?
If it comes to it, I do have not too many, but I have a few tricks left up my sleeves.
They don't involve you freezing in place, do they?
Ideally not. Worst case scenario is we could burn the place. Not this place, but the other place.
What was that, by the way?
What was what?
That thing where you froze in time.
I honestly did not know I froze in place until I came back.
Okay.
Back from where? Death?
I don't know. I didn't feel like death, though I don't really know what death is.
One more
Maybe.
thing. If this place is as filled with shady individuals as our friend here says it is, probably shouldn't go in looking like myself.
Yeah. Wait, why? Like it's a shady place. Don't get me wrong. Last person tried to stir up trouble, wound up in the river. At least half of him wound up in the river. I don't know where the other half is. But why do you need to look different?
It's gonna take so long to explain.
We have 30 minutes.
You want to take 30 and catch him up to the situation?
Yeah, I guess.
All right, we'll count this as a short rest, guys. Everybody.
Thank Christ.
I don't have any hit dice anyways.
I
used my hit dice fighting the troll, and then we never took a long rest after the troll.
Someone said, "Let's go." When they said, "Oh, let's go to the mines," like, "Yeah, sure." And we fucking went. And we have 3 fucking hit dice.
So,
Oh God.
just while you guys are rolling hit dice, yeah, that's a fucking Jesus. That's 2 in a row. All right. So
there's that low one. There's that low one. Here we go.
So, after a moment,
Hey.
the bartender comes out, gestures to use on, and walks to the end of the bar where that mahogany strip is just fucking glowing at this point.
Yeah.
Hold on, we need to know what Joven's reaction to Kara's story is.
Sure, that'll be in a second. Just while you guys are rolling hit
Yeah.
dice.
Gonna roll everything that I have left.
So there's an event happening tonight at the whatever the fuck they call themselves. We can, it's funny how some things happen, and sometimes you have to postpone an event because of a traumatic series of mistakes that can occur. Isn't life weird like that?
That is very strange. Just the thing happened to me once. And I'm sure a fair bit amount of money would be very helpful in a time like that.
Oh yeah, definitely would help them resolve whatever kind of accidents occur.
Of course. Gotta reach in my bag and very neatly count out 5 platinum pieces and then slide them over to him.
As soon as a platinum piece touches the bar, it disappears.
Sure.
Excellent. I'll make sure your donation goes to the right people. And he disappears into the back again.
I'll walk back over. I bought us one day.
Sorry, we were just finishing up telling Joven catching him up.
I ain't good with numbers, but that is a lot.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, for that, I could see why this trip through hell might not be the best. But that's fine. Y'all need a hand. Seems more now than ever. I will never be able to stop walking into that one. I'll help however I can.
Well, you can start off by getting some rest so that tomorrow night we don't die in a gang-affiliated death.
God,
Gang war.
gang war. Joven, do you do magic?
Joven is too distracted by his wine.
Okay. I think at least for now, maybe our new friend should hold on to the dagger just so that we don't get any unexpected surprises.
So you would like to give him the dagger?
Yeah. No one else needs to die for that asshole.
You could just put it in the bag.
No, it's not that.
There we go.
Wait,
Wait,
why are there
What the
two of
hell?
you?
There's two
I
of
don't
you.
know.
Let me go ahead and kick. I'll remove.
I-
There we
There
go.
we go.
Hey, I don't know what happened. It literally just stopped working.
Well, they're handing the dagger off to you, so you can add Bane of the Arkmere into your inventory if you accept the dagger.
Okay, sounds good.
You could have just put it in the bag, I hope you know.
Well, no.
now he's gone.
The problem with that, Sean, is
Shit.
we don't want to take a chance on if it affects the bag at all.
That
Well,
too.
There's only one way to find out.
And I don't want to find out.
I don't want to find out either.
Why not?
Well, you know what? You dumped one thing out of the bag. We don't know if there's more things
I'm
in
gonna
there besides what we put in there.
Dump out my bag, which has barely anything in it.
Yes, my bolo tie.
What is in it? It has Kara's bow tie, manacles.
That's right.
It has 5 javelins.
You just do this in the bar.
20
like,
pounds of 20-pound bag of devil's blood.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't walk around with that.
A crate of Eric's supplies and a resurrection potion.
Resurrection.
Yeah, resurrection.
Oh, that was unfortunate.
All right. So just to update the viewers, it says that Joven can't rejoin us. Excuse me.
Probably gonna have to restart the meeting.
Yeah. Which I can do. How about, you know what, guys? Let's take a quick break. We'll all meet back up here.
Oh, good. He got the dagger at least.
Perfect. So we'll be back in 5, maybe 10 minutes. Demon dice are rolling nice tonight.
No, they are not, Morgan.
All right.
That's a power play.
So I dumped out the bag, and I'm trying to put the dagger in the bag. Or I'm holding it out for them to put the dagger in the bag.
No, you.
No.
Weird.
You don't realize what this dagger can potentially do.
What do you mean? What it can potentially do?
But
hey, the bartender walks out. Can you clean that up?
we will. Please put the dagger in the bag.
No.
Trust me, you don't want the dagger in the bag.
I got the Bane of the Arkmere in my.
Did we
Don't
tell
do
him
it.
the name?
No, Joven, you don't know the name. That just gave you that.
No, I'm just clarifying for it.
He's clarifying which dagger it is.
Yeah,
There's a
one of
lot
the
of them.
infinite
now.
daggers.
Play. You gotta clarify sometimes.
You know, I don't actually think that Zahn has seen the dagger.
I haven't.
Oh,
You've only just talked about it.
yeah, and the
And
box.
And I'm just like,
He's seen the box.
Son, there's a slight chance that if we put the dagger in, the bag will no longer become a bag of holding.
It
Then
might just be a bag.
why not try, and then we'll figure it out
Because-
later.
Because that's a lot of shit to carry if it's just a normal bag. And there's still quite a ways to go till we
Wait.
get home.
Half of this stuff is garbage.
is this thing dangerous to carry around on a person?
You don't use magic, right?
Not that I know of.
Then you're fine.
All right. Can I insight check that?
Me?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, go ahead.
That sounds shady. That's some Eric talk right there.
Wow. That's like the greatest insult ever.
Oh my god.
Does Domikos have to explain what the fucking dagger does now to the whole party?
I mean, you don't have to.
Joven, as my newfound friend, please put the dagger in my bag, and then I can figure out if it actually ruins my bag or anything. It's as much as I didn't want to say it, it is my bag. I bought it with my own money, and I'm willing to do this experiment to keep it safe instead of...
You don't want to keep carrying around the 20 barrels of devil's blood that you're carrying.
That is garbage.
How about your spears?
As I said,
carry spears on your back.
Garbage. As I said, things I do not need, and most likely will forget that I even have. If my bag doesn't work, then I will give them to the passerbys or whoever wishes to buy them off of me.
You said this thing shuts down magic?
Just
I didn't say that specifically. But...
gonna step between Zahn and Joven.
Have you had it in contact with any other magical being? Have you even touched it to your own body? Has all of your magical devices ceased to function? All of them?
I haven't touched it to a magical item, but I have...
Well, then how do you
touched myself with it to see what it would do.
Touch it to any small magical item, then, please.
Away from my axe.
You know what? I have that leather strap that I don't need anymore because I have a fucking feature that does the same thing. I'm going to hold it towards Joven. Please touch this with any portion of the dagger and just slightly touch it, and I will see if it's still functioning afterwards.
All right. I'm going to touch the flat of the blade to that leather.
Dumb.
Sorry, thought I was about to burst into a coughing fit. Okay. I'm dying, I'm assuming. So, when the dagger's pulled out, Kara, you feel the emptiness that you normally feel around the dagger.
I'm used to it by now.
Domikos, you don't feel the emptiness. Zahn, you're kind of feeling like a dullness. Like when the dagger's pulled out, it kind of looks a little bit hazy to you. Like you can't quite see it. And
I'm the only one that
Joven,
feels empty.
You're just holding a fucking dagger.
Oh shit!
Joven's not a spellcaster.
Joven, you touch the leather strap, and I mean it's a leather strap still. Doesn't change it. However, everyone throw a quick perception check.
Okay. Nope, not performance.
Well, hey, I'm not proficient in that anymore.
Oh god.
Wow.
Oh, we all suck.
Hold on, one of you still needs to throw it.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Question.
Holy
shit.
Crap.
Jesus. I'm not even going to ask the question.
So, Joven, you hold the set and you're like, I don't know what they're fussing about. This isn't like a normal dagger. You look around, you see Zahn's slightly confused look. Kara's kind of wincing away from it. Domikos is kind of just like, whatever. And the hand is crawling away from the dagger. Like it's crawling back from her shoulder onto her back to get away from this dagger.
Yeah. Are you sure it's safe for me to be... I've just put the dagger away because I was about to start gesturing.
However,
so I just catch myself. She's like, "Are you sure it's safe to be carried by a person? Because y'all look like you're freaking out a little."
I'm
bit.
fine.
I'm not freaking out.
You don't.
I feel only frustration at the moment.
Your hand is freaking out.
He's tired. He's upset. He just wants to go to bed.
I'm starting to clean up my things, throwing them into the bag, and then I'm going to start to freaking attune to this fucking leather strap, even though I didn't have it attuned anymore, and see if it's still fucking magical.
So it is going to take you a while to fully attune to this item.
Sure, I have time. I'm not doing anything at the moment anymore.
You are focusing on this item and putting all your focus on it, and you can slowly feel yourself begin to connect back to it magically. What's everybody else doing while Zahn is angrily staring at this leather strap?
I mean, the moment I start feeling that it is actually magical and I am actually attuning to this, and it isn't just like I'm staring at a leather strap for no fucking reason, I'm gonna be like, the thing is magical. The dagger didn't do anything to it. Can I throw it in the bag now?
No.
I'm going to bed.
Oh my god.
If it does what Domikos and I were talking about, then it'll keep him hidden from the host.
Up the stairs
Yeah,
already.
Yovin left. He's
Okay.
as far as
I'm
I'm concerned,
explaining this to Zahn.
already in your room, doors shut.
Yep.
It's a nice room. It's well decorated. It looks a lot cleaner. I mean, the whole fucking place looks clean. You've also stayed here a few nights. You don't know exactly what kind of money goes into these rooms, but you have a vague approximation.
Yep. I'm going to put up my axe, take off my boots, rest my gloves on the whatever you call that, the bed thing, table next to the bed that they usually have in hotels and stuff. Yeah, that's the one. Just, get on my armor, get in the bed, and try to have a good night's rest.
You won't have any dreams, that's for sure.
Protecting him from the host should be the last of our worries. All it does is paint him as a target. And keeping that out in the open is much more greater risk to him than putting it into a fucking pocket dimension.
I don't think that he can be tracked like that, though. I don't think anyone's looking for him.
It's not about him, it's about the dagger.
Yeah, I don't think anyone else is looking for the dagger either. I don't think you can.
I don't think it matters if they can or not. Whoever wants that is going to kill whoever has it. And him having it out in the open is a bad idea.
I'd rather not anyone else be in the service of the host.
So you would rather have someone get killed over an item that could be hidden away than...
He can protect himself, and if he's traveling with us, we can protect him too.
We can't protect people. One of them is captured and being sold off currently, and another died a day ago. You have had one other person who died in your care as well.
And there was another one before that.
Giving him the dagger makes him more of a target than putting it into my bag. Whether he gets contacted by the host or not will be up to him. He still doesn't have to choose to be a part of whatever the host wishes for it to happen. The host has not harmed any of us directly. Putting that dagger in his hands is putting him in harm's risk.
Domikos is gonna go upstairs.
Sorry, there was just a weird sound like outside my window.
Was it laughter?
No, it was not.
That's the one thing that would just make this bad news Sunday.
Did we know like what our rune numbers were? Morgan,
You're muted.
You're
They're
still
different.
muted.
I am not muted, you liar. The keys are all painted a different color.
I'm just gonna go to my room.
Cool. You find Dorothy lock painted to look like the key. Enter into your room.
Tell you what, in the morning, get the dagger from him and we'll put it in your bag.
It's good. It's all I want, is not to have another person have more of a target painted on their back that we met this morning.
But in the morning, because we need him to sleep right now.
All right.
I'm going to go to my room.
I'm going to stay behind and talk to the bartender.
Sure. So everyone goes to the room. It's a really nice room. Definitely worth the 10 gold. And then you guys want to describe anything before going to sleep?
I'm going to take a closer look at my arm
Oh no.
Cool.
Creepy arm.
and the lack of a symbol or thereof.
Sure. Make a investigation check for me. Goddamn. All right. So you're focusing on this and staring at it. That's when you realize it looks paler than the other parts of your skin.
Hmm.
You can almost feel yourself starting to slip back into that void-like area, and then something seems to move under your skin.
Oh, jeez.
You blink and the feeling's gone. Nothing's moving under your skin. Same color as the rest of your skin.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, it's just a normal arm, man. I
Yeah.
don't know what you're tripping about.
I must be tired.
And off to bed?
Yep.
Off to bed. Kara, what are you doing?
I was gonna ask the hand if it had a name before. Like, yeah.
So you set this hand on the desk table,
Mhm.
and the hand kind of does that finger drumming thing, and then does 2 taps.
I don't know if we set tapping. Just do no.
1 tap.
Okay. I don't know. I don't feel right naming you. You're just gonna be a companion for now, I guess.
1 tap.
All right. I feel like you'll fit in better at home. A lot of necromancy. You know? All right.
1 tap.
Okay. Okay.
All night long, a single tap.
I'm just gonna make sure like everything in my bag is still in my bag, like the box and the bag of daggers, and
Yeah.
I still have that one weird potion. I'm not going to drink it. I'm gonna go to bed. I don't want to know what
Cool.
it does right now.
Go to bed. All right. So I'm assuming that Joven just went to sleep.
Hmm?
You take that as a yes. Okay. It's on. So the bartender is wiping down that one strip of mahogany.
Would you happen to know anyone practitioner of medical practices?
If you need to see a priest, there's plenty of churches around the city. They're mainly in the upper city. It's kind of hard to get in there right now.
I need someone most likely outside of the clergy, willing to be discreet.
What's the pay range? If someone were to hear about this.
What did I give Eric? 500 gold. It's 500 gold per month with a 1 month visit to Morroth every month.
I'll put some feelers out. Where can they find you?
Well,
Actually, you know what? I've got something around here. He pulls out he goes searching behind the bar and then pulls out a little slip of paper about this big that's been rolled up. Oh, hang on. It's pissing me off at this point. So he hands you the piece of paper.
Mhm.
It's all right. So if there happens to be a person that'd be a more illicit practitioner of the medical arts, that'd be interested, you might happen to see this paper glow blue. If you do, and you see some words on there, you might be inclined to write some words back onto the paper.
All right, I will be waiting.
And hypothetically, this could be a one-time use kind of thing. But I may have some more for sale. And I've got some associates in Morath who also might have some for sale.
Anyone I should contact in Morath? That's where I'm headed currently.
Go to the Briar Patch and tell them Ellis sent you.
Ellis?
Yep. Don't go spreading that around.
Understood. Oh, and one more thing. I'm gonna pull out the bag. I may have come into contact with a large amount of there's nobody still in the bar, right?
I'm just a piano player.
Of a devil's blood.
I don't deal with that shit. You want to get rid of that shit, you go to the China tea set or whatever they call themselves.
That's what I thought. Just thought I'd ask. Thank you for your time. You have good taste in wine. I'm gonna go and leave.
As you leave, he goes back to wiping down that one mahogany strip. All right. Anything you do before bed?
Nope, I'm going right to bed.
Cool.
I'm fucking exhausted.
So, you guys sleep through the night. And I want everyone to make a charisma saving throw. Okay. So, because Joven, You dream that you're walking through a pool of water. The area around you is pitch black, and the only sound you can hear is your heart beating, your breath, and your feet stepping through the water, echoing around you.
I'm gonna try and look around.
Make a perception check. So you take a look around, and you see, for a moment, a shape come out of the water and go back down, which is weird because the water's only about an inch or two high. And you're stepping on solid ground.
Oh boy. Did this something look big?
It's too far off in the distance to tell, but the ripples are just starting to get to you, like reach your feet, and they are very spread apart.
I'm gonna try and look up, see if there's like any like ceiling or anything.
Make a charisma saving throw. So as you begin to look up, your eyes start to see a yellow glow. Your body freezes. And you can hear your voice chanting "don't" over and over again until your mind is filling with the word "don't." You're panicking, feel yourself beginning to slip into the frenzy, and then you wake up in a cold sweat, still muttering the word "don't." And everyone else had a good night, some nice dreams, just a relaxing night.
Whew. Safe to carry my ass.
Wow.
They mentioned they mentioned freaky dreams. Oh boy. What I'm gonna look out of, I assume there's a window in these rooms, or
Yes, there is.
I'm gonna look out, see what time of day it is.
It's sun's rising. It's about 7 a.m., 7:30.
Okay, good time to wake up.
Yeah.
Wish it were under better circumstances, but all right, I'm gonna get ready, get on my stuff.
Cool. So Yovan comes downstairs. What's everyone else doing?
I'm tucking that little strip of paper to a little slot on my clawed hand. Just
Cool.
enough where it's sticking out where I could see it, but not enough where it's going to fall out.
Understood. Coming downstairs?
Yeah.
Correct.
Cool.
I'm coming downstairs as well.
Excellent.
Making sure I have everything still because I don't trust this tavern.
Make a quick perception check. Actually, if you're looking for, make a perception check and an investigation check if you're looking for stuff.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, shit. Just making sure everything's there. Perception. Oh shit. Investigation.
Why was the perception and oh shit?
Because
Got it.
I could have waited until later when we actually need it, but no.
That's fine. So for your investigation, you're kind of like absentmindedly checking through your stuff. And then you look up and you see a V scratched into the window in the lower left pane.
V? Like from the outside?
It's just scratched into the window. The type of glass makes it difficult to tell if it's on the outside or inside.
I'm gonna go over and touch it to see if it's on the outside or the inside.
It's on the inside.
I'm gonna look at the hand. Did you do this?
The hand is kind of curled up into a loose fist.
Oh, he's sleeping. That's cute. I like him. Leave me alone.
This is the one I gave you a pseudo dragon, and you said no. I'll take a disembodied hand.
Yeah, I like him. I'm gonna just gently tap the hand to see if it wakes up.
It stretches out its fingers and then hops back onto its hand. Well, fingertips.
I'm gonna carry it over to the window and ask it if it scratched this bee.
Tap, tap.
Okay. I'm gonna put it on my shoulder, make sure I have all my shit, and go downstairs.
Cool. So everyone's meeting downstairs. The piano and the piano player are gone. And the bar has a heavy wooden cover over it.
Classy. Anyways, please put that dagger in the bag now.
Y'all didn't tell me about the weird ass dreams carrying this thing around. Here, take it. I'm just kind
Wait.
of roughly
Holding the
shoving
bag
it into
open.
Nod's chest. It's just like, take it. Here. I want it.
I'm just going to catch it inside the bag and hope that nothing happens.
So,
What dream did you have?
It was freaky. I was in this big, dark place. There's nothing but water everywhere. Just like not a lot. Just like about an inch or so. Something came out of the water, tried to get me. I look up. I don't even know what happened at that point. Scared the hell out of me. And then I woke up.
Good news is that's not the host. Bad news is I don't know what the fuck that is. Also, I think someone was in my room last night.
I know what you dreamed of.
so before we get into that, Zon, so you catch the dagger in your bag, and the dagger, you hear the ripping of leather as the dagger cuts through the bottom of the bag.
Huh.
And it kind of slides out.
Ha!
That's
Oh.
unfortunate.
I'm gonna pick it up.
You feel the emptiness. But it's a different emptiness than the kind that hit you in the fight with Murav. This feels like a loss of ability. That emptiness felt more like a loss of life.
I hate this thing.
So is my bag fucked?
Yeah.
I mean, it's got a hole.
None of the items have come out, by the way.
Alright. Is it just like, did it like phase through it, or did it like not?
No, there's a cut in the bottom of your bag.
Oh,
all right.
I understand what's happening, I think. Okay. Putting this in my backpack.
Do share.
No, that was out of character.
Oh,
I
okay.
think I know what's happening.
I mean, like I said, that thing is dangerous.
Exactly why I didn't want to give it to you.
Damokos, what do you mean you know where he went in his dreams?
What you described was where I found myself when apparently I was frozen in place. At least it sounds very similar.
Oh,
What did you see when you looked up?
Up, I I saw stars and stuff I didn't recognize, but
I
I
saw
was mainly paying attention to the water and
a giant glowing yellow orb thing, and I did not want anything to do with it.
nope, I did not see that, nor do I actually. Don't recall seeing that, at least.
Like, where'd you even find that thing?
Okay, the thing about the dagger, I don't think the dagger did that well, actually, I don't know, because Damocles did have it when he froze, but you were also dying.
All I know for certain is it's something that we need to complete whatever this ritual the host needs us to complete.
Yeah, we're gonna murder someone we don't know anything about. That's fun. That's great. Kara's gonna walk
to
out
be
the
fair,
door.
to be fair, you have been murdering people on your quest, so
I mean,
You know what? They attacked us.
I was talking about your friends.
Oh, god damn it, Morgan!
I mean,
And as much as I'd love to continue this conversation, I believe our tactical advantage right now would be to go now, while there isn't 1.5 million people there trying to buy up our friend.
probably a good idea.
I should
We know
pass
how to
over
get
self
into
before we leave.
We know how to get into this place from the back door. We could try there. We also could try a front approach and talk our way out of it, but I'm not sure that'll be easily done with these folk.
As
As far as
you
you've
ain't
described,
seen with me, maybe, but
as far as you've described them to me, they aren't going to be as easygoing as the folk here, or as
no,
civilized.
not at all. It ain't good.
Though I do have a rather large bargaining chip that they might be interested in.
I mean that. So you guys got a thing that, apparently zaps magic and causes nightmares. You want to think about maybe we could use that. If they got any sort of
I don't
direct
think
magic, we could, through it.
Can I knock on the wooden sort of cover for the bar?
Yeah, so you knock. It's a thick, solid wood. Like, this thing could theoretically withstand a good axe hit or so. Like, this thing is not going to break under force.
Okay.
But there's no response.
Okay. Shite. I have an idea. However, I need to find a way to communicate with one of you from a distance.
I thought I unmuted myself and I didn't twice. How far of a distance?
From one side of a building to another.
No, that's not going to work. Never mind. I do have to message, but it's going to be blocked if you're going to go across the fucking building.
Does message get blocked by walls? I don't believe it does.
Yeah.
You just have to point in the right
1
direction.
foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, thin sheet of lead, 3 feet of wood. There are limitations.
Yeah.
Or If you're across a room, I could, but not across an entire building.
Okay. I have an idea. Could I guesstimate if that spell would work through the entire building of the teapot?
Tea kettle.
Make an
set?
investigation check.
Whatever it is.
It is the tea set,
Tea set.
just so you guys know.
Yep.
The percolator.
The giant percolator.
Coffee pot.
So, from what you saw, the building, although seemingly poorly made, was made completely out of wood. You've only seen the back of it, so you don't know how big it is.
So from front door to the back door, would I have a reasonable sense that if I were to cast that spell from the front door, the person at the back door would receive it?
If the thing is, how much wood is it blocked by again? 1 foot?
I think it said 3 feet of wood.
You didn't unmute yourself again.
Sorry, I didn't realize I muted myself again. 3 feet of wood, 1 foot of stone.
3 foot of wood? Okay. It should just barely work.
Okay.
And that's if you're standing through the open front door.
All right.
Go inside.
So if I'm inside, it won't matter. That's what I needed to know. I have a plan that just might work. Kara, I need you to turn into something similar to Joven.
Like, you want me to look like Joven, or you want
As
me
in,
to...
just less like yourself and more like you belong in the type of area that this building is in.
Okay. Shit. Oh. I'm gonna alter self to look like one of the bandits we killed just outside of Garryand.
Yeah, you easily do that.
Perfect. So, I have all of this devil's blood. Say 2 people come in interested in a prosthetic business arrangement. And we just so happen to get far enough back inside to have a look around, figure out wherever Jethra is, and then quickly call for our backup at the back door. Either working our way out easily without starting a fight, or taking them by surprise from the inside. Either way, I see no faults in this plan at all.
It's
It's
it ain't
clearly
a
got
bad
some-
one.
Who would be the 2 going in?
Me and Kara.
Yeah. If they don't like Joven, I don't think we can bring Joven.
Oh no, they don't like me at all.
And I need Kara to be able to send a message to the 2 of you quickly if problems arise.
Are either of you good at being persuasive or deceptive in this scenario?
I am. I have my way with words, and I am a businessman.
I'm gonna idly put my hand over where the fox tattoo normally is. Slightly uncomfortable.
You won't have to say anything. You just have to stand there and look like you're my trained muscle or something of the sort.
A lot of this.
Like he said.
I want to remind everyone that the bandits outside of Garryand were also underfed. Like,
I know, I just thought about that, so I was thinking...
This is going to be essentially paladin in full armor with hired muscle of a scrawny bandit.
I
You could look like
Let's say I
the.
This
can
is
pick
my
what-
bodyguard.
yeah, I can
You
look
could look
like
like
the
the
Minotaur
Yeah.
if I
Which-
want
you-
to.
You want to look like the Minotaur?
Yeah,
All right.
a little more imposing.
Would
I don't
something
see-
like this fit around here, Joven?
So straight, you have had some run-ins with Minotaurs, and you in fact know that the bouncer for the China tea set is a Minotaur named Bobo.
Oh shit!
The bouncer, so he's one of them folks named
Bobo.
Bobo. Absolute piece of shit.
Bobo.
Absolutely awful.
Bobo's the
Makes
name
it
of
a
one of
lot
my
better.
cats when I was little.
Yeah, I just want to say Minotaur named Bobo.
Yeah.
Bobo the bouncer.
He is a mean son of a bitch. And I don't say that lightly. He is the meanest.
All right. Well, that's good to know.
So if you look like one of him, they'll probably believe it.
Well, there we go.
Oh,
I think this could work.
I'm gonna smooth out the horns so that there's not all those carvings on them and whatever, just
Sure.
in case Bobo.
In case Bobo knew
In
that
case-
guy.
Yeah.
Bobo's like, hey, I recognize those carvings. How's it going, Bob?
Well, Corey, I can't. No, I can't.
Thought you were up in Gary. And
How's
well,
that?
how's that big cleaver treating you?
Oh shit! That's right. We buried Rend with Bareth.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, that's fine. I'll look like a large minotaur, but like not exactly like Wilcoric, because I'm afraid of the consequences of that.
Sure. So you make yourself generic enough to pass off for any Minotaur, foregoing the horn carvings, the braided fur, and the nose ring.
Gar, this is important. What's your Minotaur name?
God damn it, Damocles.
You
She
damn it,
says
does
in her
sound
human
pretty
voice.
accurate.
It would be a good idea to come up with some sort of story for your character here. Just a little
No.
bit to keep in my mind. You won't have to speak very much, if at
Yeah.
all, if I could help it.
Someone else, please. Yeah, there's a small female voice coming out of this giant minotaur.
Exactly why, if I could help it, you won't have to say a word.
I mean, you can't you magic that?
Kara can. I
Constant
can't.
Thaumaturgy.
It's fine.
I can change what I sound like, but like I can't change what I sound like right now.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry. As long as you have a way of disguising your human voice, it'll be fine.
I'm just gonna make it deeper, but I'm not gonna talk.
Right.
I don't want to. I don't want to have to talk. No, seriously though, I don't know Minotaur naming convention.
You,
Yeah,
Well,
it-
there's
be
one
actually-
named Bobo.
Yeah, and then the one
So-
that we met was named Volcoric. So
Exactly. So you could really name yourself whatever you want.
Boba Korik.
no.
Oh, no, no,
Um,
no, no, no.
You could
your
just-
name's Bobo. My name's Bobo.
Oh god.
You could just grunt. Your name is
Grunt.
You know, I'll just be Corin, it's fine.
Corn.
Corin. Sure.
I did
Oh,
not
no.
just pull up a Minotaur name generator. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, you just had corn on the mind.
All right. So
No,
as
not corn.
as the group does
With a K.
build up their plan to steal Jethro away from the China tea set, we are going to go ahead and end tonight's session and wait for tomorrow for the invasion of the Chinese tea set. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Follow us on Twitch. Subscribe to the YouTube. Anything
Follow
else
us on
everyone said?
Twitter.
Twitter.
Twitter. That's the one.
Twitter.
A lot of hints being dropped.
Yeah, they're all fucking weird. You'll
They're
have to
not
check.
Yeah.
weird. It's
They
a,
are weird.
It's a simple.
It's a book cipher
Anyway.
that no one's gonna find the book for.
Oh,
Oh,
that's where you're wrong.
I mean, I found the book online. It's just it doesn't have page numbers, so I can't.
We found the book at Goodwill.
Oh,
So
well.
And with that, thank you guys so much for joining in. Have a wonderful night. We'll see you guys next week.
Goodbye.